Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing good this beautiful Monday morning, right? And that we've all had a blessed weekend and all that good stuff, right? I'm actually doing this video. As all you know, I do my little podcast with Hot Wheels and sometimes my watches or whatnot, I'm always trying to be creative in this room. I'm always trying to do something fun and keep it like that, you know what I'm saying? And the reason I started saying that is because I'm basically letting you know that I'm a person that has a sense of humor. Um, and I know how to handle jokes and stuff like that when they come at me. But this video I'm doing it because there's a lot of things that I can handle. There's a lot of things that I can take. But as a human being, I also have my limits. And I posted something last night after that thing with the political thing in Madison Square Gardens, and I try to keep my political views, to myself. I try to keep them preserved to myself. Every once in a while, yes, my emotions kick in, and I will go ahead and I'll give my opinion. And in all of this, maybe what I'm saying here to millions, my voice doesn't really matter, and that's okay. But some people have reached out to me and try to explain things to me and this and that, and try to justify what was said last night in that campaign in New York. And let me be straight up honest with you. I'm a believer, number one. Number two, I stand on the grounds of not my personal feelings and not my personal things. I stand on certain grounds of certain things that get tampered with, that are against my beliefs, that if that gets tampered with as a believer, I'm gonna say, even though you got other stuff that will benefit me, but when it comes to the things of the faith of the kingdom, I cannot tamper those things. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm holy. I'm just saying there's certain things that I can't swallow that go up against my deepest of deepest beliefs, that they go up against my faith. So I am a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump supporter. Let me correct that. I'm a Republican. I stand by the Republican Party. I know Trump is not perfect. I know Trump makes mistakes, but who doesn't? However, like I said, they go against in his campaign, even though it's not going to stop it, it's still going to go. At the end of the day, as a Christian, we all have to understand that God is the one that puts them there and God is the one that takes them out. But I still try to do my due diligence to have my family vote, to have our beliefs get pushed out there. I get all of that, and I'm not trying to get political with you because I don't care what you believe, what do you do, what blah 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 blah. But the comment that was made in that place yesterday really offended me. It offended me really, really bad. Me ofendió duro. Y lo cogí bien personal. Porque cuando ese hombre se paró ahí y yo estoy viendo esta plataforma y estoy viendo toda esta gente, la energía está ahí, todo esto y que lo otro, all this is going on. And this man just starts doing whatever you want to call the black humor jokes or the black jokes or whatever you want to call it. I don't give a damn. But then all of a sudden he starts calling out that there's a floating island out there, a floating trash can out there that is like a trash can. And, oh, that's Puerto Rico. I don't know what kind of Puerto Rican you are, man, but I'm a Puerto Rican. And I'm a Puerto Rican by the heart. I might not live in Puerto Rico, but I am a Puerto Rican from the heart. And that really offended me. I don't care what kind of jokes you got to use. You don't need to use all kinds of agendas in your political thing to try to make something happen. You don't need to put an island or any other country, for that matter, on that situation where you're making a joke of it and calling it something. Because for those of you that are trying to justify this to me, let me tell you something. Puerto Rico might have its problems. The island might have its issues. But that's not the island. That's because of the idiots that are running the island. So if you want to talk smack, you talk it towards those idiots that are running the island. But that piece of land right there, that piece of land where I come from, you got to respect that land. That land, you give it the same respect that I give every other land in this world. Because even the wars that are going on, I'm against the people dying for stupidity of men and women that are just trying to take control of whatever. And again, I'm not trying to be political. I don't care. I pray. That's all I do. I say, Lord, please have mercy on this world, because that's all we're going to be hearing all the time. But personally saying that my island is a garbage can floating around, I take that personal. So for anybody that's trying to justify that, listen, that guy right there that said that joke, I'm sure that there's Puerto Ricans out there que si lo ven en la calle le van a meter una galleta, o quisiera meterle la galleta porque el deseo está ahí. Eso se entiende. Okay? And if you got a problem with what I'm saying, well, guess what? It's a humor. You have a sense of humor. I'm joking. That you ain't laughing, that's not my problem. But that's how he made me feel last night. That's how I felt it as a Puerto Rican native. Because in case you're saying, I live here in the United States. Yes, my parents brought me here when I was a young kid, 7 years old. Me trajeron aquí de Puerto Rico. Pero mira, ustedes ven este alta nacimiento. Este alta nacimiento no dice Nueva York, no dice Chicago, no dice Orlando, no dice Kissimmee, no dice Filadelfia, no dice nada de eso. Este alta nacimiento lo que dice es domicilio Adjuntas Puerto Rico. Un pequeño pueblito ahí en las montañas, brother. Pero es un pequeño pueblito de corazón. Y nacido, ¿sabe a dónde? En la ciudad de Ponce, Puerto Rico, en el distrito Damas. Esto es boricua, lo que te está hablando. Yo no nací en Nueva York. Yo no nací en Chicago. Yo no nací en Filadelfia, tampoco nací en Orlando, no nací en Kissimmee. No, yo nací en Puerto Rico. ¿Qué te quiero decir con eso? Que mi isla se respeta. Si hay 2 o 3 guasaguasas allá que la están dañando, no vengas a hablar de Puerto Rico. Porque Puerto Rico es una isla bella, una isla preciosa. Tú vas ahí, tiene cosas hermosas. Mi isla no es ninguna basura, ni que nadie venga a decirme a mí, que esto es lo que el tipo quiere decir porque Puerto Rico, porque aquí el basura eres tú. Así que me siento, mi gente de Cora, me siento mal. Y no tiene nada que ver con el presidente. Si él sabía que se iba a decir eso, pues que acepte lo que venga. Y si no, pues no importa, no es con él la cosa. Estoy hablando claro, it's not with that. But for that guy that took that as a joke, I don't care what kind of black jokes you got, bro. You don't make jokes like that, bro. I mean, I don't care. Listen, you do whatever you want. But I promise you that if you would have made a kind of joke like that about the United States or about any country, which I heard that that's what you do, and if the people applaud you for that, that's fine. But I don't think that was a funny joke, bro. Calling my island, my land where I was born, a trash can? Yeah, bro, that's disrespectful, man. There was no time for you there last night in that podium. I don't know why they even brought a comedian to something. See, the Republican Party is supposed to be a conservative party. So a joker like you has got nothing conservative about you. But I get it. That's why there's a part of me that says, you know what? I don't trust politics. because they both do whatever they do. There's no honesty. God told the people of Israel, says, you sure you want me to give you? The prophet Samuel said, you sure you guys want a man to run you? Are you guys even thinking what you're saying? I mean, God had you out in the desert for 40 years. Your slippers never went bad. You never went hungry. There was no factories in the middle of the desert. There was no jobs in the middle of the desert. These people are surviving there by the King of Kings. Okay? The King of Kings. But they wanted a man to run them, so they got a government system. They wanted to be just like the other nations. I get it. So if anybody feels bad for what I'm saying here, I apologize. But if you look at Israel right now, Israel's protecting their land with everything that they got. Well, guess what? My little island of Puerto Rico, that little piece of island that you think is garbage, you better watch what you say. That island means the world to me. And I felt very offended by that. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm not saying nothing bad. All I'm saying was that I felt offended that you disrespected my island. And if you go around bragging that you're Puerto Rican and that you got a flag on your island, on your car, on whatever, blah, 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 your shirts, blah, blah, I'm Puerto Rican, I bleed Puerto Rican, then I don't think you should be justifying what was said last night. Just keep your comments to yourself. Don't say nothing. Because that was very disrespectful. And if you're trying to justify it, then you're just basically telling me that, look, it's okay. I don't care if the guy's a comedian. I don't care if that's what he does for a living. I don't care about that. All I care is that they disrespected my island. And that to me, it was very personal. Así que, not saying nothing bad. Y'all already know. Listen, I'm a United States citizen. I've been through a lot of stuff. I paid time here. I've done all kinds of stuff. Listen, it is what it is. I get it. But you didn't need to disrespect my island like that. You just didn't need to do that. I found that very offensive, very disrespectful. Because I came to this country, and even though I don't have the rights to vote right now, I still pay taxes. I'm not getting welfare. I'm not getting food stamp. The government does not support me. I pay taxes so that the government can get a paycheck. And that wasn't the way to do things. You don't disrespect my island like that. So, love, peace, and harmony. But I just wanted you to know that. And for all those that are calling me, texting me, saying, look, it's okay, blah, blah, understand this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They already had my vote. They didn't need to push that to get my vote. You understand? I mean, not my vote, but my family's vote. All right? That's... Puerto Rico se respeta. Si esa gente allá, cuando el gobierno dijo algo allá que no tenía que decir, la isla entera se trancó y lo sacaron de ahí, de la oficina. Yo sé que eso aquí no se va a dar, pero en otras palabras, ellos dejaron saber, no, Puerto Rico se respeta. Bueno, Puerto Rico, aquí nos faltaron el respeto bien duro. Y yo me siento ofendido, y yo sé que muchos de ustedes se sienten igual. Y especialmente, como le dije, si somos de la isla. Así que vamos a pedirle a Dios que resuelva esto, que se arregle, que el presidente Trump haga algo y diga algo. Yo sé que el gabinete está por ahí o la cámara de él está tratando de arreglar la situación o lo que sea. Pero, papá, me pasaron. Y soy un hombre cristiano, respeto y como quiera, lo que digo, ¿entiendes? Pero, no, lo que estaba mal dicho y expresé mi opinión. El tipo ese, el ass ese que trajeron ahí, lo tienen que arreglar. Porque ese tipo en verdad, es tremendo sacatraca. Así que nos vemos.